やだな。
Hey, come on!
そう。
Round one. Ready? Go! Rock him!
I am a huge fan of fighting games. Sure, a lot of you probably know me for my Smash content if you know me for anything at all, but I love fighting games. I know it's not really something you hear too often. A Smash fan likes other fighting games, but that's true. However, King of Fighters is one I'm not too familiar with. Okay, I didn't say I'm a fan of all fighting games. I was always interested in King of Fighters and Fatal Fury and Samurai Shodown and all those SNK games, but I just never really got a chance to play them too much. I knew of the franchise and knew that they were huge and a big amount of games in the King of Fighters franchise specifically. I have played some of them, but not too much of them. But King of Fighters 15 is now out, and I decided to play it. And what do I think? Well, let's find out. Hi guys, DPX here, reviewing today King of Fighters 15. Before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell, leave a comment, or I will fight you.
Round one. Ready? Go!
King of Fighters 15, from what I know about the other games, feels like a new and modernized version of King of Fighters. You have a choice between a one-on-one or a team battle, 3v3. I do kind of wish you can swap between teammates in battle as opposed to only being able to change to one when you die. I know this is normal for King of Fighters, but I kind of just wish you had the option, like how you can do that in Marvel vs. Capcom and most other team-based fighting games. But I digress, because all the cool combos and inputs you can perform feel satisfying, even if they are easy to pull off. From what I gathered, the gameplay of King of Fighters 15 seems great for veterans of the franchise, while also being welcoming for newcomers. And a game that does that, 15 installments in by the way, I think that is a pleasant feat. This is, again, the 15th game, and they're still refreshing it.
It's about to be a party up in here!
This is a very nice character roster. King of Fighters 15 boasts a character roster of 39 fighters, with 6 more to be released as DLC. Every character feels great and fun to play. While some are annoying and stupid, others are just fun. I am a bit of a basic bitch, so my team is Terry, Iori, and Mai. What's your team? Often I don't like it when fighting games launch with lackluster character rosters and with an immediate plan to add more through DLC, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and Street Fighter V are two prime examples of that. But an example of how to do it right is you look at a game like Guilty Gear Strive, which didn't launch with the biggest roster, but made you want to play the extra DLC characters and shell out money because they made all the initial roster characters very fun and unique characters to play. And then there are other fighting games like Tekken 7 that launches with a nice selection of characters, and then that alone justifies its DLC roster. King of Fighters 15 has both a large character roster and a diverse one, so it more than justifies the DLC. This roster is a solid one, for sure.
帝国通りね。格闘家たちの全力をかけた戦いの場、交錯する思いが集う KOF こそ、あなたたちがバースと呼ぶものの実体化に必要な力の発生源。
This is the segment where I mention other stuff worth mentioning, but not much to say on. First, the soundtrack is absolutely fire. I think every theme slaps, even the main theme, which is a little bit like an anime theme, but you get stuck in your head, and it's a fine song to get stuck in your head. On top of that, the visual style is really cool looking, this sort of anime aesthetic, while also not really being anime, you know what I mean? I just think it's fine. There are many modes, like the story mode, which is more like an arcade mode, which is why I didn't have story as a segment like how I usually do. That, as well as a tournament mode for, you know, tournaments for this game, which are all pretty cool. There are also many colors in the game, and Terry has his Guru Mark of the Wolves costume as a pre-order bonus, and there are also many unlockable characters. Also, the online, from what I played, I think the netcode is pretty solid. Even if, there's some characters and players online that are stupid, but there's a lot to love about King of Fighters 15.
Select order. Some kind of monster is attacking us!
In conclusion, King of Fighters 15 is a great King of Fighters game for fans of the franchise and newcomers alike. I'm not necessarily a newcomer, but I'm not incredibly familiar with it either, but I think this is a damn fine fighting game, and I'm excited to see the extra support this game gets later on. I didn't mention this flaw earlier, but sometimes the controls can be a bit clunky, just sometimes, but it can mess up what I'm doing a lot. But for real, King of Fighters 15 is a great addition to this long-running franchise, keeping what everyone loves about the franchise while also improving upon it and making it more modernized. So like I said earlier, how the 15th installment of a franchise like this should feel like it's growing stale, really doesn't feel like that at all. In the end, I give King of Fighters 15 an 8 out of 10. So that was my review for King of Fighters 15. What do you guys think? A bit of a quicker review here, but what do you guys think? Do you like the game? Do you not like the game? Do you have the game? Do you not have the game? And if you don't have the game, do you want the game? Do you not want the game? Anything about the game, let me know down below. Be sure to come subscribe. Should be playing Horizon right now, but at the time of recording, I have not received it in the mail yet. But whenever I get that, expect a video on that. Alright, bye guys!